Well, good Thursday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majewski Studios with your weather update here on your January the 8th, 2025. Well, we've dealt with a lot of cloud cover out there for your Thursday, and the clouds are going to linger with us straight through at least half the weekend. And with those clouds, eventually some needed rainfall that'll be coming in here for Friday and Saturday before we see some much colder temperatures arrive into Sunday. It looks like that cold weather will be sticking around heading into next week. So we're going to break down the 7-day forecast for you with all those details here in a second. Now, if you're new here to the YouTube channel and you live anywhere across North Georgia, let me introduce myself as Meteorologist Greg Majewski. And if you'd like to make this part of your YouTube feed, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all our weather updates. All right, let's go ahead and get into today's update as we're looking first up in Helen, Georgia, as we got cloudy conditions up here in Helen for today. A little bit of a light breeze, but not looking too bad out there for today. At least we're dry and unseasonably warm weather, that is for sure. As we head up to Lake Chattooga, seeing a little filtered sunshine up there as well under cloudy conditions, and the lake levels are a little low, but we may get to recharge them up here just a little bit with some rains that are coming our way here over the next couple of days. Looking at our radar, it is clear here for the moment, and I do expect by the time we get to tomorrow, we'll be tracking some rain on this radar, and hopefully we'll get some needed rainfall here across the area as it's going to linger for a couple of days. Satellite picture showing a lot of clouds here across the southeast. Now, that's going to continue here straight in for the next couple of days. So, like I said, we're not going to see much in the way of sunshine here is because these cloudy conditions are going to stay in here until we can get this storm system to clear on out of here, which is going to take a little while. Now, as we look at our regional radar, we got a warm front that's pushing up through the area, and we're going to have to watch for some active potential severe weather here going in for this upcoming weekend. So, as we go ahead and take a look at your Friday, most of the active weather is going to be back off toward our west. As you can kind of see that in the areas there in yellow, that's where we're going to see some active weather, and also the potential for some isolated tornadoes with this as well. So let's go and break down the categories on this. As you can kind of look at the tornado threat here, running about 5%. That green coming into northwest Georgia is running about 2%. So again, just potential there. I don't think it's going to be overly high, but we can't rule it out completely. We're also going to be looking at some gusty winds in here as well. Maybe some individual cells getting up to close to 60 miles per hour. So again, the bigger threat will be over Mississippi and Alabama. Should diminish as it comes into northwest Georgia. But again, along with that will be some heavy rains as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at your latest model guidance here. So you have a couple of rounds of rain that are going to be coming at us. One little round, and then we got to wait for a little disturbance that's right along that boundary that'll be coming into your Saturday. So again, as we got this looping on through here, going into your Thursday and going into your Friday, that's when we'll see things begin to pick up there as we go into your Friday morning. So looking across northwest Georgia initially, going into the afternoon hours, and then kind of surging into Friday night. So looking at the overnight period into Saturday morning, some pretty good rains there across North Georgia, and then we got another surge of rain coming on through, and then eventually as we get to the afternoon and evening hours, we start to clear out on Saturday. So here are the rainfall totals. Not bad. It really will depend on how the rains kind of set up as they move from southwest to northeast. So wherever that banding sets up will dictate who gets the heavier rains and who doesn't. So it's going to be kind of a little subjective in that area, but at least we're looking at some decent coverage here, and hopefully some of those lakes will get a chance to recharge just a little bit. So let's go look at our forecast maps here. Again, kind of watch that little timestamp there from our friends from the National Weather Service as we kind of go through going into your Friday. Again, watching that rain chance come up throughout the day, and going into Friday night, that's when the rains will be at their heaviest. Again, watching for that active severe weather there late in the day on Friday back over toward Mississippi and Alabama. And then going into your Saturday, again, we'll watch for some potential severe weather as well, very much on the marginal side there. And then as we go into your Saturday, things begin to clear on out. That's the good news. The front comes on in, but then we're going to turn much colder on Sunday as we're going to see, again, this cold air kind of filtering in here across the area. It'll be kind of breezy here as well on your Sunday, so a bit raw. And then the wind should settle down going into Monday, but plenty cold, expecting a lot of 20s in there for your Monday morning. And then that'll continue into Tuesday, and then we got another system coming into Tuesday, Wednesday, may bring in a slight chance of a shower there, and then turning colder again on Thursday. We got a lot of variables in here going into Thursday. There's some energy that's diving down in here, and do we get something coastal forming here? A little early to tell, but we'll watch that very closely as we go through the next couple of days. So here's our forecast here as we go in for Friday, unseasonably warm once again. Gainesville 70, 56. Afternoon showers, rain kind of picking up there, but really picking up into the overnight hours and going into your Saturday especially. Morning lows very, very mild. A little bit cooler in the northeast Georgia areas. Look at the low 60s there across northwest Georgia for morning lows. Just unreal. And then daytime highs here. Again, just a little bit of cool air, a little pocket there in the 60s up across the northeast Georgia mountains. But everybody here generally getting into the 70s here as we go into your Friday afternoon. Regionally, everywhere across the southeast looking very spring-like out there. 77 in Columbus, 71 in Memphis, 78 in New Orleans, 80 degrees in Jacksonville, 72 in Charlotte. And the next 7 days, as we say goodbye to the mild weather, looking at 48, 41 on Sunday. Again, a bit breezy, a bit cold there on Sunday. 49, 28 on Monday. We modify briefly, and then we cool right back down again. Look at that, 42 degrees there on Thursday. So that day 7 forecast, going to be subject to change, all depending on the timing of that next cold front coming on down here, and limited precipitation with that next round of that next system coming on down. So it looks like our best chance for some decent rains here coming in for Friday and Saturday. Hopefully we get some decent coverage and good heavy rain amounts here to help us out with our drought conditions. But unfortunately, we don't have another significant rain event out here beyond the 7 days. So hopefully the weather pattern will turn a little rainier as we get deeper into the month of January. Again, appreciate you checking us out here on the YouTube channel. Please hit that subscribe button if you can and be part of our weather family. All right, you guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.